I hit it. So we should be live. Bada bing, bada boom. Welcome to Wise Beyond Bitcoin, where you come to wise up on crypto. I'm Lucas.
And I'm Ryan. Hang on with the mic.
Yeah. And well, it's a good day to be in crypto because a little bit of a Memorial Day sale, a crypto bounce,
Yep.
if you will. Not maybe a full recovery, but actually, we're just coming back from close to the second largest drop
Right, in Bitcoin.
in
Yeah.
Bitcoin. We do want to go over a quick market cap overview. If you're looking at the crypto market overall, altcoins are seeing the best recovery. Bitcoin has stopped the bleeding and it's no longer dropping like a rock. However, it's definitely not getting the same kind of bounce and recovery that you're seeing in a lot of the alts. You're looking at Cardano in the last 24 hours, 7% in the last 7 days. 27%. Of course, Ethereum, 25% in the last 7 days and 10% in the last hour. So
Polkadot's done well too.
Polkadot is ripping it, and that's another quarter, 25%. Ripple's doing really well. And these are just the top 10 by market cap. But if you go down further, you'll see there are many other cryptos. Uniswap, we've got some information about Uniswap and what they're doing with V3. So one thing that we're fundamental, big picture, market economics. That's the approach, educational approach, not financial advice. So when we talk about these, we're excited about these long-term scenarios. And if you take away from the short-run volatility, when you might get in at a top and the price comes down temporarily, if you're paying attention to the news, if you're paying attention to the media, you'll see that Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, Tesla from Elon Musk, Michael Saylor, Grayscale.
Lots of FUD.
There's with companies, this is just the beginning of adoption. This technology is just now being adopted. So if you remove yourself from the short-term FUD, you'll recognize that you couldn't be at a better time to start learning and jumping into crypto. I mean, this is absolutely
and to what you're saying,
the beginning.
What's the narrative you see now in the crypto world? It's capitulation. That's the word of the day. Is that Bitcoin is capitulating, right? You've got stories of BitBoy selling 2 million in altcoins. You've got various stories of people selling, talking about we're going to enter the bear market, and fear is really what driving everything right now, right? So. But what the message should be is that, hey, this is really good. This is not a bad thing, because this is an opportunity for you to get things that, if you were waiting to load up your portfolio in Cardano or Polkadot or any of these other projects.
It's a sale.
They're on sale.
Right. In fact, this is the best time. That's one of the good things about 2017, or when you're around during certain pumps, you can see certain projects that are going to be around for the long haul. You can see the ones that still have strong core development teams and are still building layers on their protocols. And those are the projects that just, even when the times are tough and the dips are there, you still see progress being made and things happening. So this is where you get sales. You want to be able to jump in on those projects when they kind of correct. And this is a theory, but one thing also jumped in and added their portfolios.
Sure.
Well, many of these hedge funds that are being taken in the AMC GME short squeeze, and they're losing. It's not being talked about a lot, but that hasn't stopped.
It's an ongoing story.
It's an ongoing battle, and the hedge funds the clearinghouses are having to change their collateral requirements. There's a lot of messy things that are happening behind the scenes. We're talking about like stock market crash, major stop the bleeding stuff going on that's not being spoken about in traditional finance. And those hedge funds are having to dump their crypto in order to pay what they owe on these short squeeze positions, because they just have to cover their collateral requirements.
Well, and the collateral requirements are becoming tighter, so they have to post
even more
collateral to stay within the bounds of their margin, right? Their margins require how leveraged they are.
Right. So if they're trying to maximize how much they can offload their crypto, then they're not going to offload it all at once. They're going to want to offload a chunk, let the price come up a little bit, boom, offload another chunk.
Right.
So is this the bottom? I'm not saying we're at the bottom. I'm saying that we've definitely seen a major drop, and it's anytime you see a major drop, that's a good opportunity. But don't be surprised if we see Bitcoin correct further. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin go go into the 25,000, get close to 20,000 again, which was the all-time high of 2017, which would sound devastating to many, but in reality, if that's what it flashed down to before beginning anew, it
wouldn't be the worst.
Would be the worst. Yeah, be very solid. I mean, you're looking at from just a few years ago being at just a couple $1,000,
right?
You know, into being correcting to 20,000. Right. You know, I mean, at the end of the day,
that's not bad.
So this is good news, though. Let's say that hedge funds are having to sell off a lot of crypto because they've been buying up these prices and building up crypto for the last year. What does that mean to everyone else? That means that while they're being forced to sell their crypto positions, everyone else has the opportunity to buy these projects at pennies on the dollar, at dips.
Right.
Okay, so how long is this shakeout going to last? Another couple weeks, another couple months.
But the only people who will take advantage of this opportunity are those who are
aware
and have their emotion. The key is having your emotions in check and having a little bit of experience, having lived through a few of these cycles. You come to be aware of where you're at in the current cycle, and you'll know, okay, well, this is the time to buy. Right? But if you don't have your emotions in check and you don't know where you're at in the cycle, you will think, oh, it's over with. It's coming to an end. You know, this is the beginning of the end of this whole thing. It was tulip mania, right? It was rational exuberance, and it's gonna leave us. But if you understand and you've been in it for a while, you will have awareness. You'll say, okay, there's a lot. Fear is running rampant, but
it's a tide flow chart.
That's the time to get in.
It's just a tide flow chart. You just look at it as the tide flow.
Exactly. And you won't get panicked.
Exactly. Speaking of the tide flow, the tide in the last 24 hours, you can always click on these different metrics. And in the last 24 hours, the top gainers, we got the Shiba Inu. We've talked about that. Kind of a meme coin, and yet it's also kind of built on fundamental, solid tokenomic fundamentals. Yeah. So that's very interesting.
It's a backed project, right?
Yeah.
Pooled liquidity.
It is. So it's one of those things done by smart contracts. Wouldn't be surprised to see this one around for a while.
Right.
However, looking at the top 10, if you were jumping into crypto and you're like, well, and we're looking at these, of course, out of these top 10 last 24-hour gainers, the most solid projects, if I were just, pardon me, I would say Kusama, Aave, which has been one of the original Ethereum-based DeFi protocols. I mean, it's just...
That's the staking platform, right?
Lending,
staking.
Borrowing, deposit. I mean, Aave is a home run. It's a gem for decentralized finance that people are seeing this opportunity.
Right.
If you were seeing only meme coins, that'd be a red flag to be like, okay, well, I don't know. But when you start to see projects like, and even Thorchain, which is involved with Binance, which we've got some information about that today to talk about.
Yep.
But Kusama, its connection to Polkadot and what it does with the Polkadot network, Aave, VeChain, Chainlinks, these projects are some of the more blue chip projects in crypto, and seeing that they are some of the biggest, strongest gainers in the recovery, that's a strong sign that we're at if not the bottom, or at least at a solid entry point. You never have to hit the very bottom. It's always just good to come in at the dips. Don't try to time the very bottom. Don't try to time the very top. It'll never happen. Just recognize where you're at in the flow. Say, yes, can Bitcoin go down further? Absolutely right. Bitcoin can go down further, right? From 36,000.
But if it does, how long will you have to wait until you get back? It shouldn't be too.
And how much further do you expect it to go down in that time, right? So
cool. Do you want to talk a little bit about the Binance Smart Chain hack?
I think so. Is there any other market cap overview? Okay. Just going through the coin market cap in general. So you talk Polkadot, Uniswap. We've got some Uniswap info to talk about later with their layer V3 version 3 solutions.
And Arbitrum.
Bitcoin Cash is Chainlink is just, God bless. Look, 50% in the last 7 days.
Wow.
Chainlink 25%, Litecoin 28%. Polygon, which we've got more news on, which is basically, I would say Polygon is the most popular roll-up layer 2 solution for Ethereum at the moment. It's rocking and rolling, and of course, Wise Token is one of the major liquidity providers. They have a special relationship with the Matic Polygon Quick Swap.
Right.
And
along with Harmony.
we were just talking about Solano, so they're 30% the last 7 days. But yeah, we're looking at a solid VeChain 40%. Now, of course, we're not traders. This is not financial advice. But for people who are trading, you can see why traditional finance is boring.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if you're trading and you're sitting here looking at a 30% change in the last week, I mean, I guess for you traders out there is take profit however you want to do it.
Right.
Theta Network still strong, but we're looking at almost a 50% drop from the all-time highs in a lot of these altcoins. So it shows a nice little bounce. Would you call this yet a recovery? Would you call this a crypto recovery?
I wouldn't quite go there yet. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's too early to call it a recovery. I mean, I could see this could be another temporary, like a dead cat bounce, they call it.
I think we're trying to find the bottom.
This could be another bounce and another good entry point, but we could see another drop off and another dump happening
before the rally starts.
For some reason, I feel that there's still a little bit further to go down, but if this is it and we start rocketing up from here,
that's good.
I love being wrong. I learn more from being wrong, so that's great. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to some general cool cryptocurrency stories.
We could talk. Let's talk about Mist instead of going negative. Let's go positive.
Let's go positive.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, what's one of the problems we've talked about in the past with AMA, automated market makers, and
incredibly high gas fees?
Yeah, and MEV, minor,
minor extracted
front
value.
running.
Yes.
Right. So the benefits of AMMs like Uniswap are that anyone can get together and exchange from the Ethereum network one token to another, and it's great. It's a decentralized exchange. You pull liquidity. However,
you pay for it.
The problem is you pay for it. And the way that the most important problems of the Ethereum network and DeFi in particular is the damage caused by the actions of front-running bots and the associated crisis of MEV, which amounts to hundreds of millions of dollars worth of loss to users. Right. So hundreds of millions of dollars of of just money that's just being taken right out of people's pockets because they have to use these dexes and they can't avoid these pitfalls.
And so bad that if it kind of prices a lot of smaller investors out of the market, because if you only have $500 to invest but the gas fees are $250, that's 50% of your investment, and you're not going to earn interest that's going to overcome that, right? You'd have to stake for a long time to cover that, and then when you get out of the contract, you're going to get hit with another transaction fee, right? So it's making it to where these transaction fees are only doable or affordable with relatively large amounts of investment, right? So there's an egalitarian question about this, right? Is it equal? We're trying to bring finance to the masses and get rid of gatekeeping, but there's an element of it which is following us in this decentralized system. So things like
that's how you work out the kinks.
You work the kinks
anytime,
out. Yeah, right.
Like when airplanes or cars were first created, you figured out seat belts, you figured out headlights, you figured out flaps on the different things that you can do to make it better. So I mean, Ethereum, the network, Uniswap, these are amazing, just phenomenal. It's like, let's not complain about slow internet on the airplane, right? They're incredible. However, there's still some issues that can be worked out. And that's what's great about this. Look, the main losses are incurred by ordinary, non-technical users. That's you and me, y'all. Okay? Right. I mean, I'm assuming if you're great technical and you're front-running people, congratulations. But your time is limited, so do it while you can. Now, this is, it's taken from people who just use the exchanges without knowing how to
be tech savvy with it.
That's it. And to prevent that, you can go right to an exchange, bada bing, bada boom, find out more, click on that, and you can see that they already have an exchange already. Oops, pardon me. I guess you can pick different tokens. There you go. And
and save your gas fees.
So we are seeing, if you want to provide liquidity, you can check out MistX. I'm sure that they've got ways to provide liquidity, and it's just the beginning. A popular crypto YouTuber I know, check out Crypto Chico's channel. He's been following Alchemist and their development and how, I guess, entrenched they are throughout cryptocurrency community for a while. But this is definitely a project to follow because miner extracted value front running is a big deal in financial markets. It's a big deal in exchanges. And if hundreds of millions of dollars being extracted, that is a problem that bears a solution. This being using a flashbot dex to provide a solution to that problem is huge. If this is the beginning to a whole slew of dexes that are created in this fashion, great. If this becomes the large one, great. Either way,
it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. This is great. So good news all around. We've caught you up on some Mist X, the old Alchemist project, providing some beautiful solutions to the cryptocurrency space. Come check it out. What else we want to talk about?
0x. Let's talk about 0x.
0x has been around for a long time. 0x is one of the major original liquidity aggregators on Ethereum. It's been around. I remember them back in 2017. So it's really neat to see projects that have been around like Engine Coin or 0x that part of that ICO craze, because not everything that comes up we're
sticks
people,
around.
Yeah, a lot of them were gone. They're gone with what they raised, but a lot of those projects were actually solid projects that have been building and never smart contracts as we build out in the future. This is just the beginning of crypto. 0x is another protocol that you might want to look into, providing real solutions. But like you said, what do they do? Well, let's scroll down. Where was that?
There it is, right there. Go up.
Bada bing, bada boom.
A little higher.
Where is it? Oh,
there you go.
There we go.
Our smart order routing splits up your transaction across decentralized exchange networks to be filled with the lowest slippage possible.
Bam.
Boom. Get the most bang for your buck is essentially what that means.
Yeah, connecting all the popular DEX networks. Don't have to worry about adding new sources. We have it covered. Look, Uniswap, Balancer, Mooniswap, Curve. So they're just connecting more and more, building bridges. We're going to see a lot of this throughout cryptocurrency.
Yes.
A lot of networks and communities building bridges and coming together and creating strength. Interoperability, absolutely. But this is huge. So this is a major leap in progress for 0x. Congratulations to 0x and the crypto community involved with them, and also for Polygon and Matic, because they just keep steamrolling. Look, when people look at prices, I come back to the market cap
projects in terms of performance for a reason.
Well, I keep coming back to what's performing well. You look at Polygon, 70% in the last 7 days, 2% in the last 24 hours. But it's more than just percentages and prices and numbers. There's actually reasons why they're growing, and people are
more than other projects.
Exactly. Yeah. And you're looking at, they continue to develop, they continue to build in interoperability with other networks and solutions for Ethereum. Because Ethereum, the gas fees are still such. Let's talk about that real quick. DeFi gas fees. We want to do a video on this specifically, but we can still.
Oh, the issue with small. Well, we kind of talked about that a minute ago about if you need to have a certain size investment portfolio.
But there are many DeFi projects all over Ethereum that people have entered into in the last couple years. That back in the day, a transaction on Ethereum was less than $1.
Oh, right.
Less than a couple bucks.
Right.
Or only a couple bucks.
Exactly.
Or heck, I'll pay $5 to $10 if it's busy.
But it was not a very big thing.
Now it's like $250, $600,
$1,000,
$800, $1,000 for a transaction on Ethereum. It's become so egregious, so ridiculous that if you were to have put in $1,000 or a few $100s, let's say you only had a couple $100, and you're watching it grow, that trying to pull your crypto out of a project can become so costly that it makes it not worth pulling it out, or you get less than what you put in.
You just abandon it.
You abandon it. And so what you have is basically the Ethereum network. I don't know if hopefully we'll see videos talk about this in the future, or hopefully that the proof of stake will be able to bring fees so ridiculously low that it will completely open up the floodgates of these projects.
It'll solve the problem.
And it will solve the problem.
Yeah.
But for a while, it's flooded out. It's prevented people. It's locked out access to a large amount of Ethereum. I don't know the numbers. I don't have the data on it. But there's a large amount of Ethereum that's locked up in projects that just cannot come out because the gas fees are preventing
greater
people.
than the sum.
Yep.
Yeah.
or they make people take a loss,
or they take such a huge loss
that it makes people just prefer to wait it out. So there is a pink elephant in the Ethereum network that we just spoke to. We'll let that light some fires, and maybe we can learn more about that as that develops. We'll keep you abreast. Okay, so we talked about 0x. That popped up. We want to talk about Sushi Swap?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Well, what is Sushi Swap? It's like a Uniswap, right? It's another decentralized exchange that it was actually the first to pioneer. Sushi Swap was the first to pioneer tokenized DEXs, because it was Sushi Swap's creation of the Sushi Swap token that we need to come up with a solution.
Right.
And
in Arbitrum,
the Arbitrum platform, which until this, I had not heard about it before.
Me neither.
This is my first time hearing about Arbitrum, but Arbitrum, I suppose, is like a Polygon. Matic.
Yep, it's a layer 2.
It's a layer 2 solution. So I don't know. In fact,
it's a roll up. It's a roll up style.
In fact, let's just check something out.
Yeah, let's go to it.
Does it? No, they don't have a token. Okay, they do not have a token. Just curious. But no, okay. Arbitrum is a layer 2 scaling platform to avoid the costly network fees. And Sushi Swap is moving on to it.
Yep.
Is that basically...
That's the gist of it, yep.
Arbitrum on mainnet. Arbitrum launched on mainnet May 28th. Another layer 2 option for Ethereum.
There's this a cool part. It's a road to scaling Ethereum. Oh, no, down.
Oh, down?
We're on different. Okay, yeah. Go to the Arbitrum.
Let's go to the actual Arbitrum.
Sorry, and go down.
Arbitrum layer 2 Ethereum. Boom.
This really jumped out at me. During the recent market crash on May 19th, gas prices reached as high as 1,500 Gui.
Dang, 1,500
Gui.
Yeah.
And miners earned a record 110 million that day from gas fees.
Dang. $110 million in one day for gas fees. So if you want to understand the value of layer 2 solutions and proof of stake, the need for Ethereum to come up with long-term solutions, it's those gas fees that are preventing people access to DeFi projects. It's those gas fees that are... Now, I'm all about supporting the miners that have been building value and securing the network for a long time. However,
proportionality, right?
They've been earning Ethereum, so hopefully they would want at the end of the day their Ethereum
to support the network.
Right? And if it means to move off of proof of work onto proof of stake, then so be it.
Yep.
But that's definitely just to put in perspective how serious this is. That's just in one day of gas fees. So
a single day.
Huge. I'm still, as we learn more about Arbitrum, we'll share that with you. At the moment, they're kind of new to the scene. I guess it's like a copy paste. There's going to be a lot of layer 2 solutions, but Polygon and Matic still seems to be the Leviathan.
Here's a cool chart with the miner daily revenue.
I'm checking it out right now.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So clearly in the last couple months, there's been some off-the-chart gains for miners.
Looks like some crypto kitty action back here.
Yeah, right.
And then you see, well...
here we go. Here's some news. Go down to the tweets. So Uniswap V3 is going to be deployed on Arbitrum.
This is one of the things that we were... Oh, what's up, Jacob? That's all good, brother.
Catch you next time.
He had an electrical issue. Oh, man, staying in a hotel for a week. Okay, Jacob could not make it today, but he will possibly be here next time. And, Matic are going to be where retail goes. Sure. A lot of retail is going. Jacob said a little point. He said, it looks like a lot of retail is moving on to layer 2. It has to because of gas fees. However, for large institutions, and I think we have another article. If not, you know what? I didn't pull it up, but I saw it, and we'll look at it later. It's talking about central banks looking at using Ethereum for CBDCs.
I saw that.
So if you're going to have large institutions using Ethereum, they don't care about $1,000 gas fee.
Right.
They're used to, $1,000 gas fee to move large amounts is nothing. It's a drop in the bucket, negligible compared to what they're already paying in fees. So, but yeah, going to another, not just sushi swap.
Could you imagine what would happen to Uniswap, the token price,
if they shoot up?
Oh goodness!
I mean, think about this: if you're holding Uniswap, and right now what's slowing people down from using it is the gas fees, and all of a sudden
that's dealt with.
They deal with it by creating a version 3 layer 2 solution that makes them pennies.
That's bullish.
That's bullish. So. And Hayden and the Uniswap team continues, to innovate and stay at the forefront of DEXs. Another valuable resource while we're on the topic of DEXs, I feel like we should go to this website. Almost every DeFi Pulse, almost like every stream, we should just come take a look at it because as far as cryptocurrency education. And our website will be up this week. I'm sure of it. And we've got a list of great crypto resources to power our educational DeFi hub. For all of you that are new to crypto, or if you're new to DeFi and you just kind of would like to hear different perspectives, we're going to be a bridge that leads you to different roads. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel at all. We just want to show you all the different kinds of wheels and hubcaps that are out there, and you can pick what you like.
65 billion, roughly.
65 billion. Aave dominance, 15% in the DeFi. So check that out. You got Maker, Compound, Polygon. Now, of course, Uniswap, the largest DEX. Sushi Swap in the top 10. The third largest DEX with Curve Finance up there. Is this the beginning of DeFi? I say yes. I say decentralized finance is one of the largest use cases for smart contracts and Ethereum. Not the only. It's not all DeFi. There are many other NFTs. We haven't even talked about NFTs. Dang. And NFTs, they're not sleepers, by the way. Oh, payments, Tornado Cash. Yep. Hello. Now, this is huge, by the way. And there's some other projects I believe that are kind of doing similar to Tornado Cash, but when you learn about how cryptocurrency technology works, it's a decentralized public open ledger where you can follow transactions from the first transaction to every transaction. You can go to the Satoshi's wallet and see where anything has or hasn't gone. So when in the world of just buying ice cream and going to the store, not everybody wants everything they ever go and spend to be public that the whole world can see every transaction. It's just not necessary. And so some things you want for your business, for accounting, and it's good to have. But other things you would like to just be able to say, here's your exchange of value, here's my exchange of value, thank you.
Like a cash deal.
Right. And to honor that in this world to prevent the Orwellian, the technology from becoming some Orwellian nightmare, you've got a lot of protocols out there that are helping people maintain a separation where they can
the privacy projects.
That privacy, right? And
we're bullish on that because what do we think is coming down the line? More taxes, more regulation, more gatekeeping, and if that is true, and that's where we're going, what's going to be? It's going to these privacy projects are probably undervalued as it is now.
Yeah, and Blank and Pirate Chain and Monero and maybe a whole host of others we can get into. Tornado Cash is a privacy for Ethereum. So if you want to take your Ethereum and be able to exchange it, I haven't used it yet, but it's a solid project. You can look it up. It's a open source protocol that's been around for a while. They've recently been tokenized. Solid program, but it takes more people to use it in order for it to work. If you don't have enough people providing liquidity, then it's easy to track. So it's one of those things that I think as the community grows and builds up, of course, this is a good sign.
Right.
It becomes more viable and more valuable.
Network effect.
Yep. But that's great. DeFi Pulse, NFTs, man. I feel like I should have taken some time before we started this to pull something up. But, there's someone coming out with something in August. I spoke to the founder of... Look, this is the beginning of being able to offer cryptocurrency solutions to other markets. It's more than just money. It's more than just money. It's more than just decentralized finance and borrowing and lending.
It's royalties. It's flows of...
It's smart contracts. It's
getting paid for
royalty.
What happens when
middlemen?
What happens when you turn to the the labels lawyers to develop your contracts, right? You end up finding out that the labels lawyers have diverted a lot of the money that you think should have gone to you, and it goes to the label, right? And you end up getting pennies on the dollar of what
fan streaming.
So this is
a choice to stream and download your favorite music on one platform. I mean, like, this is looking to really bring artists together directly to their fans, engagements, rewards. Cryptocurrency is decentralizing a lot of industries and markets.
Gets rid of the middleman.
Getting rid of the middleman. Music royalty collection. So this is huge. If you're interested in,
you're an artist.
If you're an artist, or you want to support it, you can get on the wait list and take a look. It hasn't even come out yet. It's still, I think it'll come out in August is the plan. Mm-hmm. So, but this is just, I love just looking at other projects. Get the idea that cryptocurrency and blockchain technology is beyond Bitcoin.
Right.
And it's beyond DeFi.
And NFTs are more than just cool little graphics.
They're more than just for video games.
Yeah.
Those video games, those early NFTs are just showing the potential. You know, whether it be CryptoPunks or something else, it's just showing what the chain can be used for.
Right.
All right, let's see. We've covered some pretty good stuff so far. What else? Oh, now we've talked about this, but
okay, yeah,
we haven't actually talked about it.
So we're in the second biggest monthly drop on record. What was the largest? Was that the dark days of 2011?
Yep.
At 40%, and we're right there, close to that at 37. So, but if you've been around crypto, that's what this is par for the course. This is what you expect big pumps, and you expect big dumps, and that just comes with the territory.
And not just that, but let's think about this. If you were in cryptocurrency, I know this from 2017. If you were in cryptocurrency in 2011, what was that, Mt. Gox?
Yeah.
And then you see this huge 40% drop. I mean, do you realize that back in 2011, nobody was talking about cryptocurrency? It was not on any mainstream news. It was
very
not
little, very little.
Not very little.
Yeah,
like other than a hack, some FUD.
Some FUD, right.
But there was no talk about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency being any kind of viable, serious technology that was going to be around at all.
Right.
It was written off as being only for nefarious,
drug deals,
dark web stuff. That was the story. So, when you see a 30%, 20%, 40%, whatever, a drop today, it's kind of bullish. It kind of excites me because, see, look, back then you were alone in the dark and you just had no understanding of you really had to know the tech to really have faith that it was going to be around.
Yeah.
Now you can know, okay, well, this is clearly a big drop and it's been caused by XYZ. But if you look at the fundamentals, if you're following crypto, if you're following the news, it's not going anywhere.
Well, here's one of the big differences. In 2011, when that 40% drop came down, we weren't getting news that this firm or this institution was spending millions of dollars and loading them on Bitcoin.
Right.
That was not a part of the narrative. It was everybody selling, all retail traders, everybody's selling, and there was really no bright spots. And if you were holding, you were doing it out of pure faith, right? That you had a vision and it was going to play out.
And I'll tell you something else. Back in 2011, everybody was all hyped up on the value and the strength of the U.S. dollar.
Right.
Not everybody, but the general consensus wasn't like, oh, they're inflating our dollar to nothing. Now you could find article after article. Shucks. If I just type up,
we just increased
U.S.
60%
inflation worries.
Right. Yeah.
I bet a whole bunch of articles pop up. I don't even know.
Right.
Except my connection was interrupted.
But you're right. Spending the government has done in the last year and a half, 2 years. So that was not going on in 2011.
Boom. Wall Street opens higher as Fed calms inflation worries. Wall Street rises as Fed officials soothe inflation worries. U.S. inflation may become a blah, blah, blah. So
on and on and on.
It's all up. Larry sends inflation warning to White House on May 12th.
And gold is sending an inflation warning. If you look at the price of gold.
Yeah. So, but no one would have.
But that was not the narrative.
That's the point. The narrative, the stage, where we're at now with this percent drop. And again, I go back to Forget whale manipulation. Just see that this is a necessary correction. Because institutions that are holding crypto are having to let go of it to cover their positions. Like literally, how much of the dip is caused by this? I don't know. But is it a reality that this is happening? Yes. It is a fact. It is a actual fact that institutions have been buying up crypto, and those same institutions are having to sell some of it to cover their positions. So
with the collateral changes and stuff, right?
So as a fact, what does that mean to retail and to other people right now that aren't in those hedge funds? While they're dumping their Chainlink and their Ethereum and their whatever and their Bitcoin, other people all over the world and retail investors
should be soaking it up,
are able to pick this stuff up because they are having to get rid of something that they normally wouldn't want to at this point.
So what we're saying is take advantage of the misfortune of these insiders and these billionaires.
It's kind of hilarious that this is actually a misfortune of insiders that are having to dump their crypto to cover their losses, and these drops in prices are giving opportunities for retail and others all over. So that's right. That's the good news. I definitely feel like even if it goes down to 20,000, I'm like, I'll be ha ha ha, great. Is that where it's going? Because you just know there's a shakeout before
the next pump.
There's more growth, more solid growth.
And I doubt that 24,000 Bitcoin or $25,000 Bitcoin is going to last very long. I feel like that'll be a wick on a candle. Right?
Yeah. Does it ever get that low? If it doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised. But at the same time, like I could see,
it being bought up.
I could see it coming down below 30,000, 27,000, 26, 20, even 25. I could see it hitting.
And then just going.
And then starting a new
trend.
Not like a ridiculous rate, but starting a new trend.
Yeah.
Right. Growing at a more stable rate.
Well, if you look at the chart,
almost boring.
A boring trend.
It would almost be a boring. Where at the beginning people would be like, "Oh, okay, look, it went back down," and
it was parabolic.
Yeah,
it went up in a parabolic way.
True.
And if you're gonna have another push to a new level, you have to have some kind of sell off, right, to build a floor to push off of, right?
Yep.
Because if you stack a parabolic growth trend on top of a previously parabolic growth trend, you just don't have anything that looks.
There's no support.
Doesn't look rational.
No.
There's no support. It's just a line that goes straight up.
And that's why. Oh shucks, I don't have this graph up. I used to have an X. I don't know if I can find that Bitcoin graph that shows you all the
comparisons,
the cycles over the years.
Yeah.
I think it was like Bitcoin 99. There was some life Bitcoin chart, but you see these. This is just it's normal market normal market behavior. Like you'll always see these ebbs and flows.
You're not talking about the comparison.
No.
Okay, you're talking about like cool.
I'm talking about the history of Bitcoin from the beginning. These pumps.
Okay, yeah.
These
you're talking about the log chart.
The log chart.
Okay, gotcha.
It's like Bitcoin 99 chart, some website. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is that for people that just get into it, they're saying, "Oh my God, it's going back down to 20." It's like, hello. In 2017, 20,000 was the parabolic top.
Yep.
That was literally
the
parabolic
top. And
top.
it crashed to 3,000.
And it crashed to 3,000, which still 3,000 was above the summer peak,
which was 1,000.
Which was
right.
So it's like is it really that bad? If you get out of the short-term trading FUD articles and you just look at this as a 401k pension fund, long-term, you're putting your energy into the future technology that's going to revolutionize and evolutionize markets around the world, and you don't pay attention to the short-run cycles. It's like 4, 5, 6 run year, 4 to 5 year runs. You're bound to see
massive sell-offs. Average in.
Yeah, this is not financial advice. You do what feels right to your heart. We're just talking about education information. I say always go in with what you're wanting to learn with and grow with, what you feel comfortable, because it's all for learning, and just go in when you're ready. That's it. Don't try to time anything. I don't try to time. Just go in when you're ready with what you're ready to go in with. And if you want to put in a little bit more in a couple months, then be ready to work and put a little more in a couple months or a month or in 6 months. And however one chooses to do it. But
But definitely only put in what you can lose.
Yeah, put in what you want, what you're going in to learn with, and just be ready to stick with it for a little while. That's all. That's the best
key.
strategy.
Be patient.
Be patient, and don't look at it, especially when it goes down.
Yeah, just close your computer.
Just close your computer and go for a walk. See some sunshine, and go give someone a hug. This is what I was going to say. So, ex-head of China's digital yuan effort says CBDCs could operate on Ethereum. So not just Visa and MasterCard, which have talked about using Ethereum network, but now you're looking at central banks talking about using the Ethereum network for their central bank digital currencies.
What would that do to gas fees?
Hopefully they're waiting till proof of stake. Yeah, because they don't care about the gas fees. They'll just print more CBDCs.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
Actually, though, that would be interesting how that would work on the Ethereum network, because they would just be their own token. So,
yeah.
What else? Let's see. We covered that. Oh, hello.
Oh, the Binance story.
Binance.
There's been a series of hacks.
So, Binance started out as an exchange, a centralized exchange, and has been one of the leading cryptocurrency platforms for years. It's just paved the way for helping grow adoption. And in the process, CZ, the founder of Binance, noticed that smart contract platforms were coming up to compete with Ethereum and decided to jump in and provide some service there. And the Binance Smart Chain, which is the Binance coin, BNB is behind. The Binance Smart Chain was created to offer roll-up Ethereum solutions, a cheaper, more viable way to exchange without extremely high gas fees.
Right.
Are they more centralized in their servers than the proof of work networks that support Ethereum? Yes, they are openly a little bit more centralized, but they're also more efficiently providing a temporal solution to the high gas fees.
Right.
So with that background, if you didn't already know that about Binance, it's been operating for a while, relatively very successful, and they've seen, shucks, if I click on this, will it take me right to their chart? In the last year, they've shown, because of what they do, they've shown remarkable success.
Yeah, Binance has been a great investment.
Binance has done it. There you go. Okay, so it's obviously coming back from a correction here,
right.
But you zoom in, and from the modest, humble beginnings of $18 back a year ago, or in January, $42. Right. And being at $350.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
That's almost a 10x in just a few months. So congratulations and welcome to the world of crypto. However, what's going on with Binance is that there has been an attack, and they claim organized, targeted attacks, maybe by other networks.
Organized, coordinated hacking crew is they're calling these are flash loan hacks. And essentially what's going on is that there's a lot of protocols on the Binance Smart Chain that are clones of each other, right? And so when they clone each other, they smuggle in the design flaws, the coding flaws, and so you got forked projects and all kinds of examples where there's copying going on, and so one flaw gets distributed across the entire or a large part of the space, and so if you're a hacker and you know that, you're able to hack more than one project in quick succession, because the same kind of attack would be effective, right? And so they're working a bug bounty. They're starting, so they're going to get on this. But in the meantime, there's money being stolen, millions of dollars, and
dang.
And this kind of goes to show why what the trade-off is with centralization and efficiency, right? You can get in a more efficient, cheaper exchange, but you're gonna give up for that price and for that efficiency. You're gonna give up a little bit of security, right? Because with centralization comes vulnerabilities,
right?
And we're seeing the trade-off here.
Yes, we are. However, looks like they're working to find solutions. So sending good vibes to CZ and all those people that have suffered It's never fun when people take a cryptocurrency hack or a hit or a loss. These things get exploited. But
exactly,
man,
but it is what it is.
It is what it is. A lot going on in crypto. Shucks, this is a happy Memorial Day update. That was an Audio Chain was a last minute share NFT special announcement. I'll continue to give you updates on that as that progresses. What else NFT wise? Engine Coin is a huge play if you're into the NFT world. They've been around since for 2017. They add a lot of value to the cryptocurrency space.
One of the projects that is kind of, I would say, almost underperformed would be Chili's. Wouldn't you say?
A lot of hype on Chili's being an NFT for sports. However, there was a lot of hype saying they were going to come into the U.S. market, and then the NFT whole market
kind of took a dump. Yeah,
kind of took a dump, and then it was found out that was just hype. That they have no contract with anyone. So, but Chile still has some contracts with
in Europe. Yeah, soccer, football. Football.
Memorial Day yawns. Yeah. So, will they be right now? Helium. You look at. I just saw that on. What else? What else is there to cover for this roundup? This crypto week roundup. Obviously, if you have any projects you want us to take a look at,
check out Wise Token because we love Wise Token.
Yeah.
Last time I saw them, they were around 45 cents, and right now 51 cents. 51 so they had a good day.
Nice. Yeah. Well, they're definitely gonna be jumping up with Ethereum. That's the benefits of being back. And actually, special announcement: we're not going to do a live stream, but we do have a meetup with the mathematician behind the Wise Token team, Renee. We're going to get together with him this week and talk about what's going on with Wise. He's actually working on their lending protocol right now. So, Wise is definitely one of our favorite protocols, and actually probably don't need to squeeze in at the last minute, but some really exciting news about Wise Token and Casper Network, which is a proof of stake smart contract, really big in the East, with making some connections to the commercial business sector in the East. And Casper Network already exists, already working and thriving, doing its thing. Wise Token, check it out. Wise Token will be a major liquidity token connected to the Uniswap of Casper, the Casper, their DEX, their decentralized exchange, and they're going to work directly with Wise Token to have a Casper Wise pair.
Nice.
So that's going
to be there'll be a pair, and there'll be Wise will be backed by a Casper, locked liquidity.
Correct.
Okay. Very cool.
Just the exact same way it was locked with Ethereum, locked with Casper.
Very cool.
And of course, some unique protocols to arbitrage, equalize, create bridges between Wise tokens and these different communities. What's going on with Wise is so unique. It's exciting because you're having access to true DeFi on Ethereum smart contract platform. You're also having access to interoperability in cryptocurrency, and you're dealing with something that, shucks, we've got time. Let me go straight to Uniswap because.
See the liquidity.
Let's just take a look at the liquidity. Yeah. When prices are up and prices are down, and you hear about up now, is that the contract for Wise Token to lock liquidity on exchange to basically create a bank, a window where 24/7 anyone can come and redeem for their ETH, the Ethereum,
or tie up their Wise.
Your CBDCs to use Ethereum, Visa network to use Ethereum. The reality is the Ethereum network is still just in the beginning and is growing rapidly. So, but yeah, let's see.
The pool.
Where's the pools at? Those are in price changes. Bada bing, bada boom. So, hello.
It's not in the top 10, or did I miss it?
Oh, you know why?
Oh, you got to go to V2.
Hello, you guys. This is a user error. See where it says I'm in V2 Analytics? Wise Token is actually, I don't know why they did that to me. Why did you do that to me, Uniswap? I need to go back to their. Oh shucks, that's what happened. Their V1.
Right.
And I don't know how to do that at the moment. They've changed so much that shucks me if I don't have to come back here and look at it later. Version 1 Uniswap. That is hilarious. Well, there's got to be a way somewhere around here.
I'm looking.
Okay, we've got someone behind the scenes. We're trying to figure it out. No, that's not it. That is hilarious. Well, somewhere hidden.
Type in Uniswap V1.
in the recesses. In the recesses of Uniswap. They made so many changes and adjustments. V2, V3.
Yeah.
Somewhere there is Uniswap V1, and you'll see the liquidity of Wise token. Ah ha 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 ha.
Find it. Oh, that's
Maybe
the docs.
So. You're right. But can I get there? There. Can I get there? Can I get there? Yeah, it's just the docs. Yeah. Okay.
Well, there's a way.
There's a way, and there is a will, but the will isn't there right now. So I'll get to it later and figure it out, and we'll do a vid on it. But yeah, the Wise token liquidity is locked and not going anywhere. And if you can find it and find out how to access it, feel free to post it in the chat section or send us a message. And we'll be happy to follow your instructions on our next video and show people. Yeah, or I'll figure it out by then. Let's see. We got about 3 minutes left. I mean, are you still trying to find it?
Yeah, you know how I am.
Yeah, I did this the other day. They've just changed the website recently.
Okay, here I got it.
Oh, okay.
I just typed in YZ.
Okay. Okay.
So we have $290 million. No, yeah, $290 million of total liquidity.
That's a good idea. I could have just typed that in.
Yeah.
But we got time. We still have time. Our hour's not up. Shucks.
I can hear your computer pumping.
It's trying to. The little engine that
there's
could.
There's a gerbil in there just spinning.
Man. Ooh. Hey, look. Wise About Bitcoin. Our website's there. Well, we'll be back. That's not it. Wise liquidity. I'm going for it.
Well,
yeah, that's it.
We'll have to talk to the Uniswap folks about that. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah. No.
Why is this so difficult?
I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna do it right to show people while we're here.
Yeah, let's go to Uniswap.
Let me just do it right. Okay. Go to Uniswap. Use Uniswap. And go to your charts. And it'll put you on V2, but
you can still search.
You can search. And if you type in Wise, it'll take you to the Wise ETH. Boom.
Yep.
Oop. Wise ETH pool. So, and I'm assuming that's, I can't see it. I'm assuming that is going to be on the, is that
That's V2.
That's V2. No,
yeah.
that's.
I think they've added it to V2.
They have, but we got to find.
But why is it in the ranking? Not in the rankings. I don't know.
Interesting. We don't have the solution yet. We will find the solution by the next video. Have a beautiful day and namaste, and let Ryan take us out.
All right. Well, thank you for spending your Monday night with us, and we will see you next Monday. And adios.
Adios.